Hello Scorpio, and welcome to my channel, As I See You Tarot. Welcome to October. This is a 5-card tarot card reading for the overall energy for the time period between October 1 and October 15th, 2020. It is a general reading for the larger collective of Scorpios and is intended for informational purposes. The information may not resonate with every Scorpio, so please understand, take what fits and let the rest go. To save time, I've already shuffled the cards and requested the universe's guidance for the cards that were selected for you, Scorpio, in this time period. And the 5 cards that exit during the shuffle for this overall energy and reading are lined up here and already blessed with the spirit guides in this reading. The first card here represents your past influences during this time period. These past influences were significant within the last few months of that energy. In some cases, the energy may still may have resolved. In others cases, it may still be lingering on. The second card here represents your overall energy during the same period for the present, what your present energy is. The third card here represents the overall energy for your future, sort of future energy within this time period. And the fourth card represents the overall energy for potential challenges during this time period. Keep in mind that these challenges do not imply that they're negative. They're provided simply for information to be aware of. And the fifth card here represents the overall energy for this time period for outcomes of the energies that the collective of Scorpios may be dealing with. So, first of all, thank you very much for watching this video, and I would definitely appreciate if you would help me with the YouTube algorithms, and that is to select the big 3. Please, it helps with selecting I like the video, select subscribe to my channel, and select the notification. Those are all helpful, and I greatly appreciate your support with the YouTube algorithms. So just thank you very much. Your first card here, this is your past influences, Scorpio. It is the oops, got a little glare there. It is the 3 of Wands. Give me a moment to get in tune. Okay. Scorpio. For the overall collective of Scorpio, what I'm picking up during your past influences here was the 3 of Wands was present because many Scorpios were sort of underway or were considering, different opportunities for your strategies and sort of maximizing what your ultimate potential was. For some Scorpios, you felt everything was progressing steadily as expected, and you were looking forward to sort of working towards a future with something. I'm picking up here that in this past influence, the 3 of Wands was signaling for many Scorpios that you were encouraged to sort of broaden your horizons. And this could have been through study, travel, business enterprise, or learning. It could have been in relationship issues or friendship issues. The message essentially was, encouraging the Scorpios sort of to understand you have opportunities that exist right in front of you, right at the present time in that past. And there was encouragement that still more was to come. You were encouraged, Scorpios, to sort of take advantage of this potential and, stay committed to your path and be prepared to be stretched beyond your comfort zone. Knowing that the best things that you're hoping for were outside of your current environment. It was encouraging Scorpios to think big in this time period. You were considering sort of what doors to open and what more development or self-exploration you might have needed. This card here in your past influences, Scorpio, was encouraging you to dream bigger and bigger than your limitations, and sort of accept your vision that you will achieve it. I'm picking up on, for many there, that had to do with some sort of relationship issues. It could have been work related, but my overall feeling for the collective was more relationship specific. Perhaps you ended a relationship. For many Scorpios, and I'm picking up that you also were beginning a relationship for some, and I'm picking up that there were challenges that you perhaps didn't expect with this, and things were not going as anticipated. That you were presented with lots of obstacles, Scorpio, and you weren't prepared for those obstacles in this relationship, and they create a lot of stumbling blocks for you. Scorpio, keep in mind that with this card in your past influences, the 3 of Wands could point out to some sort of travel, but it encouraged you to be adventurous and sort of venture into the unknown places, even within yourself, particularly within yourself. And sort of learn about yourself and sort of learn outside of what you already know, and learn outside of your comfort zone, because you're faced with some sort of obstacle that is keeping you stuck and causing a challenge. In our present energy, we have the 8 of Cups here. Give me a moment to get in touch. For Scorpio, I'm picking up again this sort of relationship issue that's carryover from your past influences. I'm picking up for many Scorpios, you're feeling compelled to walk away from from this disappointing situation. This relationship is disappointing you. For some, it could be turning back on an unfulfilling relationship. For others, it could be a job or career path, or a living arrangement, or some kind of project that that brought you some sort of great happiness. But whatever it is, it's bringing you pain, and it's pointing more towards some sort of interpersonal relationship that you're in. It hasn't turned out, for many Scorpios, the way you expected, and I'm picking up that you're realizing that you're no longer getting anything out of this situation. However, you have a choice of, do you put it behind you and move on with your life, even if you feel sadness in having to say goodbye. Scorpios, the 8 of Cups, suggests here in your present that if you sense something is missing, particularly out of an emotional and spiritual level, instead of waiting around for things to get better, it's encouraging you to know that you need to leave an unfulfilling situation. It doesn't make sense, Scorpio, for you to sit on the fence, and even though it looks like you had everything that you were wishing for, but deep down, it's not serving your highest good, and it's time for you to let go and move on. The 8 of Cups here in your present is basically encouraging you to let it go and move on, and it doesn't have to be hateful, it doesn't have to be hurtful. It's just things aren't working out, and just be open and honest and move on and not hang on. The 8 of Cups, Scorpios, is a sign that, for many Scorpios, you're trying to escape something, and you're trying to escape a problematic emotional situation, or you're avoiding some sort of psychological issues or concerns. Whatever it is, there's something within, some Scorpios that is affecting the relationship, or can be causing a concern in the relationship. It's about something that you're not revealing. However, it's more than that. There's just something that's going on with this relationship that's just too inconsistent and too rocky. The cups here in this card shows, there's some cups that are tipped over, some are sideways. There's only 3 are upright, but some are just sort of on the side and sloppy and all over the place. And this gentleman, as you see, he's contemplating his hands. He's looking down. He doesn't look. He's sort of contemplating and self retrospect, and that usually is representing there's emotional issues that remain real and present in your life, Scorpio. And for many Scorpios, you're trying to pretend that they no longer exist. or you're refusing to deal with them, and that could be through just ignoring them, or it could be through substances. It could be just keeping yourself busy. But you're trying to pretend as if they're no longer there. Keep in mind, Scorpio, that you can repress your emotions, and of course you can refuse to have open conversations with others about what's happening. That's the preferable choice. Your option is to have open conversations with individuals, and to talk about it. But it looks to me that many Scorpios, you're still sort of pretending as if everything's okay, and you're choosing to sort of avoid the conversation altogether. Scorpio, right now in your present in this energy period, is the Eight of Cups is inviting you to ask yourself what brings you joy and contentment and fulfillment on a deeper level. Because without a Scorpio, you might pursue goals that fail to give you the satisfaction that you're seeking, and that's only going to lead to more unhappiness, especially in a relationship. It's going to lead to cheating. It's going to be lying. It's going to lead to arguing and fighting. For example, you may think that in a long-term relationship is what you want, but when you manifested it, you realize that it's just not the long-term relationship that you're looking for, but you're wanting a deeper soul connection with somebody. And if it's not there with the person that you're currently involved with, then you're not going to fulfill your needs, no matter how long you stay together. So Scorpio, if you find yourself repeatedly in these sort of Eight of Cups situations in your relationships where you have no choice, where you feel you have no choice to walk away, or the behavior, becomes destructive to where you end up, hating each other, this card here is encouraging you to spend time exploring what will bring you true happiness and realign your goals and your values. And again, the Eight of Cups is about accepting it and walking away and starting fresh. Don't make yourself miserable, Scorpio. In your future energy, we have the Six of Pentacles. Give me a moment here to connect. So Scorpio, I'm picking up here that, for some Scorpios, there's a positive sort of trend here. I'm picking up that there's this sort of, some Scorpios may have come into some sort of money that, you may have gotten a lump sum from something, and it's feeling good to be able to have it. It's giving some sorts of a sense of security that you've been looking for. Yeah, and those that are there are some Scorpios that are really feeling that they have the abundance that Six of Pentacles could bring, and if you're that particular Scorpio, you're wondering, can you give to others? Can you donate, without risking your own sort of financial security? And the Six of Pentacles here for those Scorpios is encouraging you to trust that every contribution that you make is valued and that it'll come back to you. So be rest assured. However, I'm also picking up there are some Scorpios who may be inclined to take a loan from someone on the premise that or to make a loan to someone that they'll eventually pay you back. You're Scorpio, you're giving this loan that's built on trust and good faith, and knowing that if you give something away, it'll come back to you. But remember though, in those cases, an exchange is more about a short-term fix and not a sustainable solution. So, Scorpio, think about how you can, financially support your family and friends in a way that encourages them to sort of be self-sufficient. The other side is there are Scorpios I'm picking up here who are on the receiving end of someone else's generosity, and you've been accepting gifts and sort of, enjoying those gifts. You realize that this is helping you sort of get back on your feet for the the here and now, and perhaps you hope to eventually repay the individual, either with your time or when you have the money. It's important here for those Scorpios who are receiving sort of these gifts and donations that identify ways in which you can become more self-sufficient in the long run. That's the key for Scorpio. the risk that you keep accepting donations from someone is you become more dependent on it, and you're not going to look after yourself, Scorpio. And be mindful that you're not growing you're not the sort of the submissive type or noticeably desperate either, and you also don't want to be taking advantage of someone's charity. And finally, I'm picking up here the Six of Pentacles. For Scorpios, it's representing your need for financial harmony, and you're wanting financial harmony, and those who have received some sort of lump sum or from somewhere, it's encouraging to be thankful for that and be appreciative, and spend wisely. In the fourth card, Scorpio, this is your challenges during this time period for the overall energy, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. Just give me a moment. Scorpio, the Ace of Pentacles, like all the aces in tarot, they represent new beginnings and new opportunities, new potential. And the Pentacles cards themselves are all about new beginnings that correlate with the material world, particularly with career and wealth and finances, your physical health. They help manifest your goals that you may have. Some Scorpios, you may receive a new job offer, or an unexpected sum of money, which was tied into this card. You could have a new business or investment opportunity. But whatever it is, you're going to have the chance to sort of bring in something to, fruition. And, no matter what the occasion is, Scorpio, the Ace of Pentacles is going to sort of give you that sense of prosperity and abundance that you're looking for, particularly in the financial areas of your life. And it's a welcome situation for many Scorpios. But keep in mind, Scorpio, that it's not free. As with all aces in the tarot deck, this card is that the energy here is about the possibility of a new endeavor, but it's not guaranteeing it. That piece is up to you, Scorpio, and it's about your choices. And this being in your challenges is what I'm picking up to be your challenge that you have to sort of face. The Ace of Pentacles, you can see as a green light. It marks usually the initial stages of manifesting your goals and assures that you're going to achieve what you set out for, Scorpio. But it's requiring the work of you. It's going to require you of careful planning. It's going to require you to have a determined effort, and enjoy the process while you're there. Many Scorpios are having ideas that are ready to turn into something sort of tangible and real. And this Ace of Pentacles here is encouraging those you to map it out, and it feels it's important to have a strategy of what those ambitions and your target goals are, and what actions you need to take, and then think positive. The laws of attraction are very critical here. The Ace of Pentacles, typically symbolizes wealth, but not just about in your bank account. It's about a holistic sense as well. For Scorpio, you may discover that opportunities, for some, is about generating a new source of income. On the other hand, if it's not the creative wealth and sort of in a broader sense, it's a personal sort of wealth and abundance of that, finding that happiness and fulfillment and love that you're seeking. The Ace, when it affects more the introspective and the interpersonal part, is about all areas of your life, Scorpio, and it's encouraging you to enjoy it, because there is happiness, fulfillment, and potential of love out there for you, and it's encouraging you to feel blessed and deserving of everything that you want. However, the message here, Scorpio, is that if you wish to amplify those feelings of prosperity, and you need to live by the law of attraction, and it's about your seeking a positive energy and thinking positively, and the universe definitely will listen to you if in return for your portion of your effort. And finally, Scorpio, in this time frame, we have the Prince of Swords. In other tarot decks, it's the Page of Swords. but they're pretty much the same thing. All pages basically are messenger typically cards. Give me a moment. Okay. For majority of Scorpios, the Four of Swords here. Oops, no, I said Four of Swords. I'm sorry. The Page of Swords. Yeesh, got my names backward. The Page. Sorry. The Page of Swords. Let me correct my names here. The Page of Swords is a messenger card typically, and what you're being encouraged here, or in this particular tarot deck calls it the Prince of Swords, and also the Princess. But it is a page. Sorry, just want to clarify that in case you're feeling a little confused here. It's about new ideas and curiosity. Typically, it's encouraging those sort of things. It's about energy and passion and enthusiasm. For Scorpio, I'm picking up that this card occurring here in your present or your this time period for your outcome energy. Is that for many you're sort of bursting with ideas and you want to look towards the future, and you want to feel excitement about starting a new project or pursuing something that's new and learning something new. Many Scorpios, you're having a lot of energy that's sort of been built up and sort of been unfocused lately, and you feel you can do a lot of things. The challenge that you have is whether you can keep it up and keep that focus. Again, the Pages and the Prince here are about beginnings and new beginnings, and things can look promising, but Scorpio, you need to put your energy in it, and you need to be focused on what it is to keep up the pace. The Prince of Swords or the Page of Swords here, typically will emerge in your readings to help you sort of explore a new way of thinking, Scorpio. Whether it's a new idea, a new perspective, a new knowledge, or a new technique. And that could be about your personal relationship or a project or work. It's about getting a fresh idea and looking at things from a new perspective and gathering as much information as possible. It's about exploring sort of a phase of this process, but it's not requiring you to master the process. Keep in mind that you may make mistakes and you're going to reach sort of obstacles, but it's good to be curiosity and to encourage those and to learn from those, because that's the process. The swords here is in the tarot cards is about communication, and the page or the Prince of Swords here is communicating to you about exploring different ways of expressing yourself with others and communicating your ideas and opinions. Whether this is a work related or public related or just in a interpersonal relationship that you might be having communication challenges with. Scorpio, you tend to be a natural communicator in general, but for some reason I'm picking up when it comes to this communication, whether it's a friendship or an interpersonal relationship, you're having a problem communicating what it is that you want, and or if you are communicating, it's being interpreted the wrong way or coming out the wrong way. Again, this is about exploratory, and it's encouraging you to be open to sort of expressing yourself and with the understanding that others need to understand what you're saying. Scorpio, if you're looking, sort of to move ahead with a new project, the messenger here says go for it. There will be challenges, whichever way you choose, but and keep in mind, not everyone's going to be thrilled with your choices, but when it comes down to it, you have to follow your passion, Scorpio, and you want to go where your true energy is. The messenger card here encourages you to move forward and to get the wheels in motion, and whether that's the relationship that we were talking about earlier here that you might be in that's not healthy for you or not good for you, it could include making a decision about that one and let it go. The page or the Prince of Swords here represents, for many, I'm picking up more is about a relationship with a person, is really what I'm picking up for the collective here, or for some specific Scorpios. And it's encouraging you to explore the ability to communicate and share your ideas and gather information. For many Scorpios, you may have some moments with the messenger here, but the swords here is encouraging you to express, you're expressing a lot of tension and conflict currently in this bundled up energy may sometimes prove too much for you to handle, Scorpio. And it's overwhelming, and it's an emotional roller coaster. So, this card here is basically saying is if you need to, give yourself and others a break, and sort of look at this relationship with a new set of eyes, and talk with other people. They have other people who support you, and is encouraging you to share with them. And even though some people may be inexperienced, they can teach you something about yourself. And you need to stay open with their enthusiasm here, in order to learn about this and learn about yourself, or you're just going to continue to be sort of miserable in this relationship. Yeah. So you have some choices to make here, Scorpio. Let it go and move on, and things will get better, or continue to stay in and be miserable. I wish there was a better message for me, Scorpios, but yeah, it just seems, Scorpio, you're in a sort of stuck position that you know how to get out of, but you're resisting getting out of for some odd reason. Well, for Scorpio, thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to support this channel, as I said earlier, for YouTube, the algorithms depend on your support by clicking on the big three, which is like the video, click on the subscribe to the channel button, and click on the notification button. And again, feel free to leave a comment, Scorpio, if you feel any part of this reading was applicable to you. And again, for other Scorpios, if you feel that none of this or only part of it resonated with you, please take what fit, and if whatever else doesn't fit, let it go. It's perfectly okay. It just means that this reading was not meant for you. So thank you again, Scorpio, and I wish you the best, and we'll see you in the last 2 weeks of October. Thank you.